Hey traders, it is Monday, December 7th, and I just got out of my Virgin Galactic trade, ticker SPCE. And you can see here it had a really good gap. Right now, this is the daily of SPCE, and my exit you can't see on the candle yet because the morning hasn't opened yet. But if you look at the 1 minute chart, you can see my exit here in the pre-market. So I got in pretty good entry on space at the close on Friday in at 28.72, and my exit was this morning right at 7. I was able to get out at 29.6, covering roughly 3%. So a pretty good trade for me. I'm glad I did sell space where I did because you can see now the stock has been going down. I mean, yes, it might be a little close to my exit, but overall, I'd be mostly down from where I sold. So that was a really good exit for me, and I'm happy I did cover early this morning. So you can see here on my orders filled, I got out at 29.6 exactly, and I covered almost 5.9K, pretty much 5,890. So pretty good trade for me. I'm really happy how this one went. Covering 3% is a really good mark for me. So now looking back at space, why this was such a good trade. And I mean, if you just see the setup on the daily, every time we have a green, space does tend to gap up. And yes, you look at this morning and you say, look, it did gap down this one time. But if you actually looked at 7 a.m. on this morning, you would have been able to cover profit in the first hour. So if you're able to sell in the pre-market, this stock was looking really good. Even off of days where it does fail, the worst one I can show you is here on 11.13. And 11.13 does look really bad. You see it gapped down almost over 6% or so. So you would think this was a bad trade. But now looking at the time frame here, I'm going to show you guys exactly what it looked like on the minute chart at 11.17. So between 11.16 and 11.17, you will see on the minute chart that the stock actually opened pretty good in the pre-market. So you can see here, this was that day, and at first, around 7 that morning, you actually had some profit. And at this time, you were able to sell. And you can see that later on is where it did start to fail. So if you look at closely at space, even though on the green days it does fail, if you cover early, you're still covering profit. So this stock looked amazing. And on top of that, if you look at the weekly, you can see that every time space closes the week higher, it almost always gaps up. And you'd look at this day and think, oh, this was a failure. Again, that was the day you look back at where you would have covered profit early in the pre-market. So space really has a strong pattern where it doesn't fail off of a green day or a green week. So this trade looked really good. I knew to go heavy, and it ended up paying really well. So I want to show you guys what I show you at the end of every video, which is my swing trading watch list. And you can see it's nothing risky. It's mostly high market cap stocks that don't gap down much off a fail. So I don't look to cover much more than 1 to 2% a day. And you can see that just covering that little still gives me a lot of profit. And you guys can be here too. Even if you're starting with low volume, if you keep making 1% a day, you'll be doubling your money in less than 70 days. So it doesn't matter, even if you think it's a little bit of volume, you will be making a lot of money in the short run using this strategy. So if you like what you see, just subscribe below and I'll keep posting.